I parked my trusty yet ancient Vauxhall Astra estate and locked it using the keys since the central locking had long since given up the ghost. I had to dash across the car park, my bag above my head, to avoid the steady drizzle falling. However, the weather laughed at my attempts to stay dry by placing a sizable puddle in my path. Misjudging it in my haste, I absorbed several pints of cold, dirty water with my socks and the lowest inch of my trousers. Fantastic. Had I arrived earlier, or as others might say, on time, I would not have been relegated to the back of the car park and the last remaining spot. However, my motivation for keeping to the clock abandoned me years ago along with most of my effort, and with less than 8 weeks to go until my mandatory retirement, it honestly felt like they were lucky I turned up at all. "Late again, Tony," observed Doris, wandering down the corridor ahead of me when I came in. She had a steaming mug of tea in her right hand and a packet of biscuits in the other. She didn't care if I was late or not, her remark intended only as banter. Somewhere deep into her 60s, Doris is as skinny as a soup chicken and is one of those really annoying people who can eat whatever they want without getting fat. 5 feet 4 inches tall, with straight blonde hair that's mostly grey or white now, I could recall how attractive I found her when we first met. More than a decade my senior, she was a woman who could turn heads, and did. Less so now, but time gets us all in the end. I diffused her by opting to grin like a cheeky scamp. At the top of the stairs, I poked my head around the corner to check the superintendent's door. It was open. Sucking on my top lip, I tried to get the attention of Gavin Dobbs, the other detective at the Nick. We work out of Herne Bay's police station, a run-down building with decrepit toilets and no budget to fix them. I started here more than 30 years ago, and it's still the same interior paint, though they went to the effort of updating the building's exterior. Wouldn't want the public to think we were strapped for cash now, would we? One street back from the seafront in this sleepy seaside town where nothing much ever happens, my lack of effort goes largely unnoticed. By everyone but my boss, that is. Gavin looked up the third time I hissed at him. Sitting at his desk and engrossed by whatever report he was typing, Gavin did a double take when he realised he wasn't imagining someone quietly calling his name. His understanding was instant, a knowing nod assuring me that he knew what I wanted. Craning his neck to check what Superintendent Charters was doing, he kept his eyes on the boss's office door when he gave me the thumbs up. Trying to make it look casual, I hurried to my desk, slid my bag beneath it, and stabbed the power button to light up my computer. "Oh, I've been here the whole time, boss." Continuing the act, I made sure to open several searches and brought up the paperwork I should have submitted yesterday to accompany the shoplifting case I closed more than a week ago. Confident my day would drift by much the same as all the others in recent months, no one really cared what I did any longer, I was shocked to hear the superintendent calling my name. I looked up, one eyebrow raised in question to find him out of his office and looking straight at me. "Briefing room, if you please, Tony. You've been assigned to a task force and your new partner is here. The two of you have some cases to solve." "Don't be daft," I laughed, genuinely convinced he was pulling my leg, though he wasn't known for possessing a sense of humour. Rather than respond, the station's senior officer narrowed his eyes, waiting for me to curb my attitude and apologise for addressing him in such a manner. He stood little chance of that happening. "I've got less than 8 weeks left," I pointed out, continuing to ignore the disparity in rank. I mean, what could he possibly do to me other than what he was already proposing? Giving me new cases is a poor strategy, and you know it. Give them to Dobbs. "Yeah, I'll take 'em, boss," Detective Sergeant Gavin Dobbs piped up from across the room. Superintendent Charters acted as though Dobbs hadn't spoken, his gaze fixed firmly on my face. A small tick twitched next to his left eye, a sure sign he was weighing up chewing me out in front of everyone in the open-plan office. Nature had chosen to make him both tall and barrel-chested. He towered over me, his bushy black eyebrows acting like quote marks around his annoyed expression.